My name's Nickala. I'm one of the co-founders of Flourish together, and we've been commissioned recently to do a consultation, basically have a series of conversations with people out in communities to get their thoughts and views on how to better shape and design and commission support for women, diverse women, women who might be hidden in some respects from who commissioners would normally come into contact with. So if people have got views and ideas, insights and feedback, then getting involved in a focus group, an interview, or completely our online survey would be a great way to get your views heard. The commissioners are the kind of budget holders and decision makers in the public sector in this case. So the commissioners are part of the Greater Manchester Combined Authority in this case, that's sitting more on the kind of criminal justice side of the Greater Manchester Combined Authority. They are also linked to, colleagues with interested in health and well-being and interested in other aspects, but the commissioners are the people who are trying to do their best to come up with good services, community and public-facing services that improve people's quality of life. And they've tried to translate policy. They try to translate what either local policy, government policy, national policy, basically how things could be improved and what research is telling us needs to be done differently. And they try to carve up their budgets in the best way they can to invest it in services that are going to be effective. In this respect, there's two sides to this tale. On the one hand, because this piece of work's being commissioned by the criminal justice side, they're particularly interested to hear from women who may have been affected or come into contact with or at risk of coming into contact with the criminal justice system, either as a victim of something, that could be a victim of abuse, a victim of a crime, a victim of all sorts of, whatever it might be. And then it's also including people who might be perpetrators as well, so women with convictions, former convictions or current convictions. So there's a group of women that they're particularly interested in hearing from that side. But they're also interested in what they're describing as sort of, the hidden women. And in my view, we're all at risk of coming into contact with the criminal justice system. You never know the minute anything can happen, be that intended, unintended, accidental, or because people are at risk in some way, whether they realise that or not. And so I would say we're interested in hearing from all kinds of women on how they may have needed support for something. It could be health support needs, it could be, criminal justice support needs, it could be support around discrimination or some form of abuse. And we're interested in hearing how and where they might have had good support. So what good examples and case studies of where people have had good support, and then examples and case studies perhaps of where things need to be improved. And importantly, we're interested in hearing people's ideas and recommendations for what would improve things for you, what would improve things in helping more women access the support they need when they're potentially at a point of crisis or difficulty. In terms of this consultation, we are asking, it's a question we're asking in interviews and in the focus groups, how is COVID impacting things? Is it putting a magnifying glass on certain situations? Is it putting pressure and additional stress? Is it making it more difficult to get hold of certain public services or key services or help? So we're definitely interested in knowing that, and we're asking that straight out. From Flourish's point of view, in terms of COVID and all of that, we've done our best as an organisation to try and adapt quickly and taking certain things online and certain events online. We're also conscious that people want to get out in the real world as well, and whilst we've got these restrictions around us, we're creatively thinking about other ways to run some outdoor kind of walk and talk kind of events to bring people together, so that we're not clustering in places, that we've got a different model and a different way to where we can get out, people are able to come out. We'll try and organise that. And we're we've trialled a health and wellbeing event online, a virtual health and wellbeing afternoon. A lot of the women in the Flourish network, so Women as a Force for Social Change, that run projects and campaigns and social enterprises, are still operating, and we've been wanting to showcase what they do. And we find a good way to do that is get them together and run a series of workshops or sessions or activities over Zoom or something like that. And it's a win-win because they're both promoting these brilliant women and the services that they run, but at the same time we all get a chance to down tools, chill out, and recognise that our health and wellbeing is important and take some time to look after that. So we've definitely got another health and wellbeing day in January coming up. Irrespective of this consultation, we've got things going on there, and we're keen to work in partnership with other people who've got ideas for stuff that they want to do.